Hi, this is part one of the request response transformation tutorial. In this part, I'm gonna show you how to prepare the environment so that we can perform the test later on. The first step, you need to check out the light gateway and the light example 4G, both master branch. The light gateway is here, and the light example 4G is here. They're all under github.com/networknt. Remember, in the light example 4G, the default branch is release branch, so we need to switch to master branch after you check it out. The Pastor application is under REST, Pastor Maven single, which is this one. This is the latest with all the endpoint we are used for this test. And also we have all the rules defined in the master branch as well. Let's go to the master branch. So we have this rules folder. Within the rule folder, we have three jar files or projects to generate a rule action class to perform the real transformation, which is a plugin from the rule engine to the interceptor. I've already checked out the latest code to my local already. So here, this is the Pastor application. So after you check out, you can see I'm in the master branch already. So if you want to build, you can use Maven clean install -p release so that we can create a fat jar. Once this build is done, you can start the server itself. Java -jar target/server.jar. So this will start the Pastor application. Let's first check out like if any endpoint is working or not. So let's move in another terminal. Make it smaller so that I can at least test the endpoint. Let's do a curl command -khp as localhost. You can see the Pastor starting HTTPS on port 9443. So let's use a 9443. So you can see this endpoint works /v1/paths. We got a response back as a JSON. So that meaning our Pastor application is working. The next step, we need to build the rule modules or the plugins. Let's create another terminal. So within this folder, we have three modules. The first module is for the header to request path transformation. The second is JSON XML. This is for the REST to SOAP transformation. The third one is notification transformer, which is to transform the notification structure to a simple structure in the response body. So we need to build all three jar files, go into each folder, let's say header path, and in each folder we have POM file, so you just need to do this Maven clean install. So once you run this, you can find in the target, you have this jar file. This is a very small jar file. You can see it's only 5K. So we need to build all three jar files and move the jar file into a folder in the light gateway. If we go to the light gateway, which we check out into this networknt repository, you can see we have this folder called rule jars folder. Rules jar. So within this folder, you can see we have 3 jar files. One of them is the one we just showed you, like header path. We have another one, JSON to XML, and we have notification transformer 100 jar. So those 3 jar files, they are the plugins. I also want to show you the PyStore application and those jar files, like how they were built. So this is the tutorial itself, and if you look at the jar file, if you go to example 4G, yeah, this is the 3 jar files. This is the first one. It's header path transformation. So basically, this transforms the request path by adding a contact header to the prefix. So this is the code, like we are doing the transformation. We basically get the request path, request URI, and then we get the contact header and put the contact header before the request path as well as the request URI, and then push this back to the result. Then the transformer will basically add this in, change the request path and the request URI. And if we look at another transformer, which is JSON to XML, we have JSON to XML, XML to JSON. This is a JSON to XML request transformation. So basically, like we send the request is a JSON request, and we translate this to XML request to send to the backend, and also convert the header from application/JSON to text/XML. We do the transformation using this object mapper as well as XML mapper. And also we have another transformer class, is XML to JSON for the response. So the response from the SOAP service is XML. We need to translate this into a JSON, and also we need to change the content type from a text XML to application/JSON, so that the consumer will basically like consume a SOAP API just like you're consuming the REST API. The third module we are working with is this one. It's the transformer notification transformer action. The notification is a JSON structure. You have we basically like convert this into a simple structure with flattened messages, and also the timestamp need to convert into epoch second as well as nanosecond and put into the timestamp. So this is a very simple transformation. So the next step, we are going to start the gateway jar file. In order to start gateway, I'm gonna start gateway like instead start gateway from command line. I'm gonna start gateway in the IDE so that I can debug into the gateway code to see the detail how the transformation works. If you want, especially if you have some issues like with your gateway setup. So one thing we need to do is this. We are going to use this client proxy transform folder to start the gateway as a configuration. So within here, we have the rule YAML file with all the rule definition. And we also have a value.yaml to have all the definition for the transformation. If you see this for the edit configuration, you can see we start server, the configuration folders from here. It's config client proxy transform. This is our config folder. Also, in order to put those plugin jar files into the class path, we have made some modification in the project structure here. You can see we have module here, and we added this folder into the class path. So this is all the dependencies. And this is the light gateway rules jar. And this contains 3 jar files. So we basically put those 3 jar files into the class path. Okay, that's draw the conclusion, for the environment preparation. So the next step, we're going to start working with 3 different use cases. Thank you. Bye.